Hi, everybody, and welcome back to our series on productivity and the 5 points to help you grow that productivity top line. Today, it's about the fourth one, making financial options that work for your patients. Stay tuned.
Consult an advisor or conduct your own due diligence when making financial decisions. General principles discussed during this program do not constitute personal advice. This program is furnished by Dentist Advisors, a registered investment advisor.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back. This is Christine Uhen, business strategist with the Dentist Advisor team, and I am here to talk about our fourth productivity point, which is about getting patients to say yes to the treatment with strong financial options. Doctors, this is primarily more so for your administrative team as they are working with your patients on that point, if you will, but it's also for you to understand how to set financial options that work both for you and the practice, as well as finding ways to make it affordable to the patients. So we'll go over this together today on our fourth productivity point. So to recap, we've gone through understanding patient base on our first deeper dive and what those numbers mean at different times within the practice growth. Last session was about points 2 and 3 of diagnostics and case acceptance, and that was pretty heavily weighted on the doctors and their responsibility with the support of their team from the co-diagnostic side. And now the patient has says yes. They are ready to do this. They want to know what it's going to cost, what will my insurance cover, all of that. So now you're handing the patient off to your administrative team as they are going to present financial options. So let's be realistic. Most people are not comfortable asking others to make a payment that they themselves are not able to make. It is a very sensitive topic. It requires grace and patience and some training. So your own instincts of not feeling comfortable asking for big dollar items is something that can and should be coached. This just takes practice and a strong outline and a complete understanding of why we're using these patient options, the different options, why we're using them, and how to present them in the way that the patient sees it as valuable. It's also important to keep in mind that most Americans anticipate a financial option with extended payments for anything over $1,000. So this can help your team feel a little more comfortable. Presenting financial options is an expectation from your patients. So having said that, establishing the handoff, how are we going to bring this patient from the chair who has now said yes to you at the chair to the administrative team? There's a couple key points of information that have to be provided to the administrator. One is the treatment plan itself, and ideally that has been done in the back and phased appropriately, and there is a total at the bottom. As soon as you can get that information to them, perhaps that's over some sort of communication or a walkie. Hey, Mrs. Jones is coming out in the next few minutes. It's a treatment plan's been done. It's in the computer. Go ahead and get ready for that. And then it's the actual physical handoff, walking the patient over to the administrator or bringing that administrator into the treatment room and having a conversation in front of Mrs. Jones. So Susie's your assistant, and she is saying to Mary, your administrator, we had such a great meeting here today with Mrs. Jones. We're going to be able to take care of all of her dental needs. We've put together a beautiful comprehensive treatment plan for her. Doctor has said it's roughly X amount of money. Remember, we said that last time that you were going to be doing some sort of estimate. It's a little bit higher than what it really is. And she is really excited. Here's the key point. Make sure that the administrator hears the patient's why. Mrs. Jones is so excited to get herself and her mouth healthy. I've given the patient motivator their why to Mary as she's going to go through the financial options. That is a successful handoff. The total treatment plan, celebrate that we got to meet Mrs. Jones, share the why with the administrator because this is important. We got the case acceptance with the why. Now we're going to help overcome any financial objections with that why also. So that needs to get handed off. Now Mary takes it from there. Any questions, Mrs. Jones? I know Dr. Wonderful has gone over everything with you. I'm excited to help you work the cost of your treatment into your budget. Whew, huge, mouthful. However, That's what she's doing. Mary becomes another advocate for that patient. She's with her, helping her find a way to get the dentistry done on the time frame and the budget that Mrs. Jones has. Okay? So she sets herself up as the helper, right? She's with with Mrs. Jones. Now, the idea that she can say that she has gone through the treatment plan, so she will have a document. She will have the financial arrangement form ready to go, but she's not going to bring it out yet. She's going to ask some questions to Mrs. Jones about budgeting. Do you have any questions about the cost of treatment? The total was, doctor said it was roughly $10,000. The actual cost, $89.95. So he was a little high on that estimate, which is great. We've also taken in effect, there is some insurance benefits that you have that will be covering about $1,000 of that total. So we're looking at an out-of-pocket expense of $79.95, the total amount. Any questions about that? Well, do I have to pay that all at once? Now all the questions come in, and Mary can say, we have financial options that most of our patients, one of them helps them work this into their budget. We have options that help you save money. That might be a discount if they pay in full. We have options that have no interest payments. That could be one of the options that you have internally. Perhaps we could break that down into 3, 4, or 6 months internally that there is a payment plan to you. We also have options that have the lowest monthly payment that we can find for you. So what's most important to you? Saving money, having no interest, or having the lowest monthly payment? Mrs. Jones will make a choice. Then Mary brings out the form that says that option is our Care Credit third-party financing. We can get you registered for that today, get that started. The monthly payments are only $225 a month over a 5-year period. Right? So she has the document ready to go that is outlined all your options, but then she can present just the one to the patient. So the conversation isn't about going line item by line item through the treatment plan. It's not about offering all these different options. Are you good with $200 a month? Are you good with $500 a month? You have to, the administrative team is presenting this in a way that we find out what's important to the patient and we show them that option first. Now, they may change their mind. They might want to look at the other ones. You know what? I really can do this. Oh, the 6 payments is only $1,000 a month. I could handle that. Let's do that one. And then there's no interest. Or if they do want to say, I will take the cash savings. It's not that they won't choose one or they couldn't choose one of the 3, but you've presented the one that they said was most important to them. So again, this is a very challenging task of helping patients. Talking about money isn't easy, and there's a lot of emotion tied up with it. But practicing this technique of the summarizing the visit, handing off appropriately, sharing the why, understanding the documents that don't need to get brought out until we're ready to have that conversation of the details behind the dollar value, the actual dollar value per month, per payment, then bringing that out. Now, every patient say yes? Probably not. If you get 100% case acceptance with those financial options, please call. We'll share your story with some of our other clients too. It doesn't mean they're going to say yes, but we've advocated for them. We've helped them understand. We've created multiple options for them to choose from. And we can say, again, that little piece of information of what's important to the patients. Yes, Mrs. Jones, this is the treatment that doctor recommends to get you healthy. Only doing some of it will mean that you don't accomplish your goal. Now, we can certainly do this in different time frames. If you can't do it all at once, we can break that up. So again, being able to have maybe a half-month option or quadrant at a time and breaking that down financially. The team can do that when they know you've outlined the comprehensive treatment plan, it's done in phases, and it's ordered correctly. Then they can help the patient work at their financial availability, opportunity, as well as their time and the flexibility that we can offer them that way too. So that 4th point of productivity is about being an advocate for your patients and helping them find financial options that work for them, all of which work for you in the practice. Thanks for today. We'll see you again soon.